Hello everybody and welcome to the potential start of well, not the potential start, the actual start of Magic Wars, which is coming within 2 weeks. So today, this video here is going to explain what it's all about. It's going to be very different to Vaults Wars, and I'll explain how soon. There's a fucking nice island up here. I'm going to go and chill on this island while I explain. So, this is the Magic Wars pack that I'm playing on that still needs some tweaking. I'll go through some of them. Oh shit, what did I do there? I'll go through some of the mods in depth soon. In a separate video, just because I need to practice them on stream anyway to to get used to all the stuff. Man, Slime Islands look different without a texture pack. Holy shit! So this mod pack's been made by Leo. I'll quickly just browse through the mods so you can see which ones are in it. There we go. So we've got Blood Magic, Thorncraft, in which a few people said already that they want a whole bunch of Thorncraft expansions, and there's some really cool Thorncraft stuff, so we're going to add some expansions to it. Got Ars Magica, which is just epic with the millions of spells. Ars Magica is actually super cool mod. Then there's some really good shit in this. There's Bibliocraft for cool looking things and decorations and such. We have lighting, custom NPCs, and I'll explain why that's in there in a second. Oh god, there's going to be slime spawning. They're going to be really loud and annoying. More custom NPC stuff that looks good, and misc and all this sort of shit. We have armor, weapons for that, because we're in Tinker's Construct, obviously. Twilight Forest, so an alternate dimension to go to that's all magical and can have some cool extra bases and stuff in there. Witchery, which is a really fun, cool mod, and I think there's some expansions to Witchery as well, so you can summon demons and all sorts of shit. And that is it so far. Other mods that I want added in are the Ancient Warfare mod, which allows you to have hired soldiers and farmers and miners who do work for you. It's like an automated system, because we're not having any tech mods at all in this pack. It's all going to be cool, legit magic stuff, and it's going to be really good fun. So the way this is going to work, also if there's any other mods magic based you want to suggest, or like medievally based suggest, then let me know in the comments section. But yeah, there are more that we're going to add in, quite a few more. What the hell is this fucking thing around this tree? Like, I don't even know how, oh, it's just a silver, oh, it's a silver fucking wood tree from Thorn. Right, it's been a while since I've seen one of these. Oh, we also need to install Walia, so I can see what the fuck this actually is. It's just, yeah, I think this is the silver tree. Oh, yeah, it is, because it's got the weird leaf texture. Nice. I found a Thorncraft tree, like, straight away. This is supposed to be rare as anything, and I just stumbled across one. That's pretty cool. So, the way this series is going to work is it's going to be like the very old Vault series, where me and Rob and Rich and all that had a team. Before I go anywhere, David is going to be on the series, so that's something to look forward to. He's actually going to have his own team. He seems pretty hyped for it because of the rules and stuff I've put in. So, unlike Vault for sort of anything kind of went, this is going to be quite rule restricted, very roleplay, and one cool mod we've got in. Hey guys, look in the bottom right, we can talk over voice chat in game, which is a really cool feature. I don't know how the sound quality is going to be, but it's good just for like if someone wants to come and talk to you in game, don't have to type in chat, they can just be like, hey, and you know, talk to you like that. So it's push to talk as well, so you won't get so much static constantly. So that'll be quite good. I'm looking forward to that. So that's going to be a fun dynamic, being able to actually just run up to people and talk to them in-game, like Rust. That was the idea. So that's super cool. And what we're going to do is, I really want this series to be like the old series, where people record their perspective from their team's side and upload it, and I can link all the other people's channels and descriptions in the bottom. So for Vaults Wars, I didn't get anyone's, like, I'm sure some people recorded, but I didn't post any of their stuff. For this season, I really would like people to record. Doesn't matter if you can't even record in that great quality, but if you are able to record for your team, that'd be super cool, because then people can check out what other teams are up to on the server. And I think that was the whole fun part of Vaults in the first place, was that, like, you'd watch mine and David's side of videos, then you'd go and watch Rob and Rich's, and then you'd go and watch, like, Tice's or Aaron's side, Aaron and Miles. And I really want to do that again, but obviously a lot of these people are busy. So to Aaron, he's got uni. Rob and Rich are just busy with life. Rich is actually getting married this week, and Rob's just full-time working. He's got a child. Pyro might actually... I'll message Pyro, and I'll message Aaron. But I know Aaron's busy with uni, and Pyro's got like a full-time job now. So I'll ask them to see if they want to be on this as well, because it'd be cool to have their perspectives. But it'd be nice to like be able to get some new guys on the channel. So like, for example, I'm just shouting one name out here, Hairyfoot. He was really cool in the Vault series, you know. He actually tried to RP it, and apparently there's a lot of other people there who like really want to RP. So the way I decided to set this out is, it's a magical world, so we're going to have magical factions. So we are going to have a whole bunch of factions. Here's a few off the top of my head, but you can suggest some in the comments as well. So stuff like vampires and werewolves, there's 2 factions. High elves and dark elves. I'm going to be humans, but I'm worshipping the Lord of Light. Leo's going to be humans. Lord of Light's evil, by the way, if you don't watch, like, fucking Game of Thrones. Leo's going to be playing as, like, these... He's basing his good magic on this anime show he's watched. So we're, like, human-based people. I want to have, like... undead sort of well, as I guess some vampires are undead. I had so many more ideas for factions, but just an example. I can't remember off the top of my head. Like, it could be ogre faction or something like that. But just giving me an example of the you could have witches and wizards, like sort of just plain standard ones. So for vampires, you would focus on blood magic as your roleplay. You'd put on a vampire skin if you wanted to pick the vampire team. And I want to try and get like 2 or 3 people per team, and they work together, progressing their vampire storyline. So vampires and werewolves obviously hate the fuck out of each other, right? So the werewolf faction wouldn't be so much super magical based. They'd be focusing on really strong armor, weaponry, maybe living in the forest, growing some certain magical crops and potions and that sort of thing. Witches would sort of be doing... You sort of theme it to your character style. So me as the Lord of Light, my sort of theme is that I'm going to be burning people alive as sacrifices to the gods, and doing sort of darkish magic along that. I'm sort of neutrally dark magic, and I want these factions to sort of clash in a certain way. But at the heart of everything, there's going to be the Chaos faction, who are going to be all NPCs, and it's going to be part of the story, but they're going to spread out and, you know, start tainting the land and causing a problem. So there's obviously all of us going to be fighting together, and the chaos slowly grows. So what I want is basically each team to actually try and come up with a story for their faction and interact with other factions and develop a story. So the way me, Rob, Rich, David, and Ned did it is we had a Skype chat, a group Skype chat. So I'm going to have that, and maybe I'll have like a group mobile chat as well. So I don't know, one of the mobile apps, not WhatsApp, because you need people with mobile numbers. I don't want to spread them around, but like one of the other like mobile apps so you can type to people and arrange stuff. And also Skype's good because you can just directly message people as well. So for example, say it was week 1, you sort of build up your base, you get your basic stuff done, you maybe have a little interaction with somebody, like just at random, off the cuff. But maybe for the second session you'd be like, you're the werewolves, like, okay, werewolves, the vampires this session, we wanna do like a raid on you because we hate you, because, you know, vampires hate werewolves. So just be aware that like around this time on the live stream we're gonna raid you, and be prepared. We're not gonna like be too trolly. It's not gonna be like raiding where you just run in and steal their chests and run out of all their shit, because that doesn't... How does that fit the theme of vampires? Vampires are evil. They want to spread their blood magic sort of ways. So they'll try and use some certain magic on you. You know, maybe try and get some... If you're a witch, maybe you'll try and make a voodoo doll of somebody as a troll, and be like, just be aware this session I'm making a voodoo doll of you, and we can work stories together, which is where NPCs come in. People are going to be able to build their own NPCs. Just be reasonable with the NPCs. Don't spawn in ones with like a trillion health. It's been a while since I made an NPC actually. So with the NPCs, it's still the 1.7 mod. And I want you to create NPCs to sort of build up a little town, a culture, maybe just a castle or something like that, where you have like a couple of people. So you might have a few guards who are a bit weak, although Ancient Warfare mod has automatic guards in them that are programmed pretty well, so you might need guards. But like people who you can, on your video sections, like talk to, like I did in Old Vault, so you can create a storyline for yourself. So like maybe the vampires have like a high priest, like a Dracula, like the super old vampire, but maybe he's like really old and weak. I'm just giving an example here, and he's got a quest for you that he wants your ultimate goal is just to kill all the werewolves. That's all you care about, and he'll keep giving you like information and updates, and maybe he'll give you some information on a magical sword that's a silver sword, because werewolves are weak to silver, that can kill a werewolf kind of thing. Just lore stuff like that. Add it in. Talk to the factions you want to team with and team against, and story-wise, you know, maybe have secret betrayals, but the other team knows you're going to sort of betray them, and they can work. So, for example, when I killed Rory Jr., me and David obviously planned that all out, but obviously all of it's sort of planned out in those series. But it means we can make some really fun and cool storylines with multiple. So, like with Vault Wars, we had 2 teams. We had me and David and Rob and Rich, right? And I guess Ed was a side team, but he was like the greater evil, and this is going to be the Chaos, which the Chaos is going to remain secret. I'm going to work on that secretly, probably with David as well, so we can come out with what the Chaos is going to do. We've been playing a lot of Total War, that's why Chaos. But yeah, so I'm going to come up with a whole ton of factions on the list. So basically, to get on this server, and I want you to be able to like roleplay it. It's also going to be up a lot more frequently in the Vault server because I want people to build nice looking bases. I want them to put NPCs in. I want them to record like cool footage. I'm still going to stream it every week on probably Saturdays. So at that time, Saturdays and Sundays maybe even. So that's throughout the entirety of Saturday and Sunday, the server is going to be up. But like when you're not recording or anything, or when I'm not streaming, I want you to be like building your base up a bit, but not just cheating or not just speed running to get the most powerful spell in the game just because you can win fights. Like that's not what it's going to be about. It's going to be about making something fun. So say I'm streaming it like 4 or 5 hours a week, right? In that time, fine, do 4 or 5 hours of actual mod progression and like making your own altars and getting the spells you want and getting the plants you want for the potions or the voodoo dolls or that sort of thing. But don't just like sit on the server 24/7 and build crazily overpowered stuff so you can just win. I don't mind if you sit on the server for ages and build a really cool looking fucking castle. That is exactly what I want. I want you to build up castles, houses, towns, code in some NPCs to flesh the world out. That's what I want. I don't want you just to butt rush powerful stuff. So that's like the main rule for this. So the server's going to be up at least like 4 or 5 days, quite a few days a week. So you'll be able to access it a lot of the time, especially all weekend. I'm going to make sure it's accessed and the whitelist is public to everybody. There's some sections where me and David will want to be on our own and build some certain things for big story events. So then it'll be like up but private. But the server will be up for way more time available to people than the Vaults one. It's not going to be up for like 4 hours a week. It'll be up constantly. And also, it's going to be on for much longer than just a month or like 5 weeks, however long the Vaults was on for. It's going to be on for until we've got a shit ton of episodes done, a whole bunch of fun stuff popped up. That's basically the plan. So because it's going to be running for a hell of a lot longer, and I want people who are going to take it seriously, this time I basically want people to donate £10 to get on. And I think that's fair because we're going to do a lot of cool shit with this. And I'm going to, I want to actively promote people's YouTube channels who are going to take this seriously. Because that's what I should have done when I had, like, a bigger following of Vaults. I should have done this, but I didn't. So I'm going to do it now. You know, it's never too late. And I really want to, like, share with people's channels. Like, I still need to link Colin's channel. But, like, it'd be cool if people had... And, like, Leo's going to have... Leo will definitely record his series. I want a whole bunch of series. Also, we may add a client-side mod to this pack to make it easier to make even better videos, which is, if it works, this is Colin told me about this mod. So you basically, what it does is it records every chunk in your render distance as you play along, but it does it in the background, so it doesn't actually record. And then once you're done, you can look back through that footage and get third-person shots of you doing stuff. So say you go in to raid somebody, rather than having to be in this first person, you can get a third-person camera panning shot with cool music of you running into somebody's base and all of that kind of thing. Fucking really rain. So that I really want it to be like video friendly. So I will be live streaming, so you'll be able to watch like a lot of the stuff happening live. But some of it will be recorded off camera as an off stream as well. So you have to watch the videos. So it's going to be made for videos, but it will be streamed at the same time. So yeah, you can start donating to get on soon. It's not going to start this weekend. I want to try and start it next weekend, but we want to add some more mods to the pack. The good thing about Magic mods is they don't really break much. I want to add some farming mods as well, which is why I've got Ancient Warfare coming in. That also has like drawbridges and gates, chalice gates and stuff. Lots of cool shit like that. So I want it to be very themed. So again, like if you're the vampires, you might create like a really basalt, dark volcano. Like you could be a druids was another one. Druids, you focus on like summoning like creatures. I want to add in a mod that adds in some new magical kind of mobs as well, because they'd be quite cool to have in, and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm looking to give me some ideas for some specific factions you can have, and when you donate, you can just sort of I'll have a list and you can pick a faction. Just remember when you donate, all you need to do is give me your full email address. I don't need your in-game name or anything like that. full email address, and I can give you an email. I know some of you have already preemptively donated, even though you have no idea what the series is about. So you've only donated 5. So if you just chuck another 5, I know I've got your names written down already, and I'll get you on there. So like people like Crispy Bacon, and there's a few other people who have. And yeah, Crispy Bacon trolled me last time, but you know, if he takes me seriously, then I'm gonna give people a chance. So but if you fucking just decide to troll, you'll be instantly banned and you'll not come back on. So that's just how I'm running it, basically. And I'll cut you out of the video, so you won't even get any video time. So there we go. So there are some goblins and stuff anyway from some of the magic mods already, which is cool. And the good thing about magic is a lot slower progression. It's not just rush to get a digital miner, get fucking the super overpowered weapon and just kill somebody instantly, which is boring. It isn't great fun. I know you guys like the story, and I like making the story. So I'm already sort of planning mine out in my head. So if you guys have got some cool stories that you wish you could have added into Vaults, then you can do that shit. I might add in the Archimedes ships mod, because that's a really cool mod actually for story stuff, just being able to fly around. But maybe that could be for like an industrial human species that can have like cool metallic airships, you know, all that kind of thing. I want a whole bunch of different, and I don't care if you rip off TV shows or whatever like that. Any kind of cool, like you could be a troll faction and have skins to suit. That's what I want. I want people to really like go for it. I mean, I don't mean role players in having to put on a voice or anything, but just, you know, play as your faction. And like stuff like when you're playing, like your life matters. So like you don't just care about what you have on you. You care about not dying. Dying is a really bad thing. Like I was almost tempted to put in like a life counter, but that might ruin it because some people accidentally die a lot. But like, so the aim is to really not die. And when you die, you need to kind of have a reason how you've come back to life. So say like a vampire kills a werewolf, maybe the werewolves have to come and sacrifice some materials to make a summoning stone to resurrect them, kind of thing. That's the sort of stuff I want going on. And then maybe like the vampires try and come up with a way to permanently kill a werewolf so they can't resurrect him at all, sort of storyline. And then you have to change skin and you're a completely new werewolf. That kind of shit. But obviously that has to be communicated via the Skype chat. But all of this information will be emailed to you in like a big document so you can read through it, and I'll also chat to everyone on the Skype and that, so you have access to my personal Skype. I don't use it for anything anyway at the moment, so it'd be good to get like a text chat in there. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. David's excited. He's got a cool plan for his story. He's doing it on his own. So he's actually going to be uploading some Minecraft again. He's going to be doing a lot of Let's Building. So that's another cool thing that I may end up doing, is like doing some panning Let's Builds of as we improve our base and shit. In terms of how where you can build in the server, as long as you don't build a ridiculous distance away, there's no rules like in the Vaults Wars. So you can go 1,000 blocks that way, like 1,000 blocks that way. I don't mind, as long as it's within reasonable distance to get to the people you need to interact with, and so that people can interact with you. There's no turtling in the ground unless you're literally like a fucking, I don't know, what lives underground evilly, like a mole. If you're a mole man, sure, you can have like an underground nest, but you know, other than that, I want like druids to have like a nice fairy magical thing, witches to have like cool witches huts, and you know, poison stuff everywhere and all that kind of thing. Me as a human, I'm probably going to have like a sort of a castle-y dark theme going along. Like I'm basically going to be sort of like the equivalent of Stannis Baratheon, so he thinks he's the shit. Sounds about right for me, right? So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this Vaults, not this Vaults, this Magic Wars more than the recent Vault series. I enjoyed the recent Vault series up to a point, but I think doing like this would be much better, and having proper enforced rules and story, and people doing story with each other that I may not even know about. There may be like stories going on that I don't even know are happening, and then I click a video, I'm like, oh wow, this is a really cool side storyline that someone's made. I want it to be really interactive for you guys to watch, so that you can see all these different sides of this world and watch them all together. But like you don't even. So for example, I might be off doing my own thing, fighting Leo because I hate him for some reason. And on the other side of the world, there's witches like stealing some of Leo's hair to make a voodoo doll of him, while somebody is attacking the witches, while another like team is plotting to kill the werewolves that are just completely separate, and just like all that kind of thing. And also making allegiances with teams, so maybe like 2 teams. So like maybe I don't really like the vampires, but I need their help to be able to kill Leo and his small army that he's built up, kind of thing. And stuff like building NPC armies, like there's got to be a cost to them. So say I'm a human and I like hire troops, I'd have to be able to have enough food and gold to pay for them. And every time like I logged on, I'd have to like throw that food in a chest and delete it. because the army's eating it kind of thing. That's like the level I want. So like it's got to be realistic. So say I had 20 troops, I'm going to need like 20 loaves of bread each session minimum to feed them. Probably more than that, otherwise they'll just leave, because and you have to pay them as well, sort of thing. So you've got to get like at least a gold bar each, and these are like just crap soldiers. So like really good soldiers, you have to pay more. For example, Ancient Warfare does actually give you soldiers and stuff, so hopefully that'll fix some of those issues. But like I don't want people to have like just a giant army out of nowhere. It's got to be a gradual progression. You know, maybe you get a little expedition force that you send out to fight somebody, and they fight back, and they all die. So you've got to recruit more again from scratch, kind of thing. I think that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Also, me and David did test NPCs before, and we basically broke the game because we made too many. So there's got to sort of be a limit on how many you make, because we made like 1,000, and fuck me, did it break the game. There's a lot of code that goes into them. But anyway, I hope you guys like the idea of this and like where it's going. I've already got like 5 people who've like half donated to get on this, and I've only just announced it. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm going to do some streams this weekend, practicing some of the mods, and you guys can suggest live on stream which mods I should be adding. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will link the mod pack in the description, and it will be updated over time, so you can have a play on it in single player. We're going to do some multiplayer testing as well at the weekend to see how it goes. So I'm hoping you guys are looking forward to this as much as I am. David's looking forward to it. And I'll ask a few of the other old YouTubers I used to do stuff with to join in. But hopefully, the more the plan is to get some of you new guys to get into making some videos and being part of all of this sort of thing. Because that's what I really want, actually, out of everything. So yeah, thank you for watching this. The next video on this will be me, the live stream, covering some of the spells and shit. Because it's been a while since I played this, so I need to get some practice in before I actually do the series. Oh god, and like being able to ride horses, man. It's something I've never even done in Minecraft. I want to do that sort of shit. I'm gonna get bears and stuff in this as well. Don't worry. There's gonna be a lot of extra. This is only small so far. It's just a few basic things, but we don't want to make the pack too big. We want it to be small but really cool. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will catch you soon, and don't forget to join in if you can. See ya.